Hello there. It's Sunday. Do you know what that means? It means Elvis the Ultimate Fan Channel live. Oh yes it does. Hello everybody. I've got a packed program for you tonight with lots of fun, I hope. Yes, I really must cut back on the coffee, I think. Whoa, yeah, here we go again. And, before I forget, if you're watching from the US of A, happy Mother's Day to all those beautiful mothers out there. Yes, it is Mother's Day in the US. We had ours back in March, if I recall rightly. But yes, today is Mother's Day. So put your feet up, all you mothers, and enjoy a little bit of Elvis fun. How about that? And let everybody wait on you hand and foot. Hi, Ludane. Ludane, as always, I am deeply indebted to Ludane for helping me moderate, especially when it gets to the quiz as well, because I don't always see who gives us the first correct answer. So we have a live poll, and it is album based again. I'm asking you to choose an album, a song I wish Elvis had recorded, and my mind's gone blank. Who picked it? Oh yes, Jack. It's one of your songs again. So that's coming up. Photoshop of the week. Yeah, we love those Photoshops, don't we? Caption this photo. Oh yeah, we had such a lot of funny captions to this week's photo because it was a good one. It was this one here. Yeah. So we'll be coming back to that near the end of the show. And it was the person that got the most thumbs up, because what I ask you to do when you leave your own caption is also read down some of the funny captions and give a thumbs up for the one you like. Smoking hot photo. It is a smoking hot photo as well. This day in Elvis history. A lot happened on May the 14th, down the years for Elvis, particularly one which a lot of you will know about that happened during the filming of Jailhouse Rock. And you can call me later on when I open the lines free on WhatsApp, Instagram and Facebook Messenger. But before we go any further, I do, as always, like to thank you so much for all the nice messages and emails of support. And also, don't forget, you can sort of send in your suggestions for topics and Photoshops, and I wish Elvis had recorded, and all those other things that you see during the show. And yeah, it's great. I like to get the positive feedback. However, if there's anybody out there that doesn't like what I'm doing, or they've got a problem with the show or anything like that, then tell me. Don't tell other people. Tell me, because if you don't tell me and I don't know, then I can't put it right. So that is a good idea as well. I won't take offense. I promise I will not take offense. Now, let's see what we have in the comments so far. Happy birthday on the 19th of May, Kirsty Marie. Ah, Kirsty, it is your birthday on the 19th. Okay, well, we won't be live for that, unfortunately, but happy birthday. And as Edwidge says, happy birthday, Kirsty, in advance. Unfortunately, Maxine won't be joining us today. She's a little bit under the weather, so she's passed on her apologies to say that she has a little bit of a cold. So that's why you probably won't see the Elvis family or Maxine tonight. And from all of us here, Maxine and all the family, I'm sure wish you a speedy recovery. What else have we got? Carolina loves Elvis. Sonia, that's, I don't think I've seen you in here before. Maybe I have, I just haven't given you a shout out. But Sonia, welcome to the Elvis family. There's Norset. Mrs. EAP. Dylan, hi Dylan. Dylan told me in the week that he got his prize. Now, I think I cleared it off the screen, but we all know. No, there it is, actually. There you go. That's what Dylan won. And he received that during the week. And I'm sure he's getting a lot of listens and a lot of pleasure out of listening to that. Elvis Live 1972. A double album. A double LP album. Vinyl is on its way back, apparently. Yeah. So congratulations to Dylan. And that is what we're going to be doing in a minute. I still haven't decided what May's Fan of the Month prize will be, but it'll be as good as that. So I always try and give you a really, really spiffing prize, don't I? Duncan says, great prize. Yes, well, I thought it was as well. As I say, Duncan, I try my best with these prizes. I try and think what I would like to win if I took part in a quiz. And Don says, I have that record already. I hope you're enjoying it, Don. I really do. Helen says, I bet Dylan has worn the LP record out already. He's probably played it smooth. Right, without further ado then, I haven't seen Dave yet. Maybe Dave isn't in the building. There's Lou Dane, though. Lou Dane can help me out with the quiz. Maybe Dave's a little late on duty. However, what I thought this week for the quiz is, I know that some people are really, really good on the jumpsuits and some people are really good on backward Elvis and so forth. So I mixed it up. I've done, one is a mystery voice, another one is backwards Elvis. Actually, I've got two backwards Elvises. I've got a jumpsuit in there. I've got a location. Where is this? And I've got, the first letter of each word of a song. So this is going to really mix it up. I don't see anybody getting 6. Although I throw down the gauntlet to anybody here now, tonight. See if you can get 6 of these. Right. Here we go. And don't forget, we have a jiggle jingle for the first person that gets it right. I think Kirsty sent me in an idea for a jingle, but unfortunately it has singing and music on it, and if I played it as a jingle it would probably be blocked and I would get a copyright strike. So if you are thinking of sending me in a jingle, it does have to be, unfortunately, just be speech. So, hey, there's Arkansas Dave. Hi, Dave. Welcome to the gang, to the crew. Right, here we go then. The first of 6. And who's going to be the first to get the jiggle jingle? It's a mystery voice. The mystery voice. I actually just do a mystery voice every week just so I can play my own jingle. You know what I mean? Here we go. Mystery voice coming up. Who is this person?
My husband had a heart attack and I called Elvis. He sent 2 of his guys after me and all my stuff. And I've been living here ever since 1967.
Okay, do we know who that was? I thought that was quite difficult, but obviously not. Helen says 100 watching, only 41 thumbs up. Like for Steve. Like for Elvis and Steve. Well, actually, every thumbs up is a like for Elvis. That's what I say. So, that was, believe it or not, that was Aunt Delta. And I'm going to play that again for you, since it's the first one. Okay, here we go.
My husband had a heart attack and I called Elvis. He sent 2 of his guys after me and all my stuff. And I've been living here ever since 1967.
Yeah, and for anybody that said Dodger, well, no, actually, Dodger was living there from 1957, and Delta said 1967. So Lou Dane is saying Karen Armstrong. Did I miss who Dave said got it right? Who gets the jiggle jingle? Apparently, Delta could be quite a live wire when if she was crossed. If you know what I mean. yeah, Karen Armstrong. Karen, you get the jiggle jingle.
Man, I was tame compared to what they do now. Are you kidding? I didn't do anything. We just jiggled.
And congratulations to Karen. From the video that Priscilla hosted, Graceland. Was it? Right, okay. I wasn't sure where I got it from, but Rebel Vegan says, what's a jiggle jingle? Well, it's this.
Man, I was tame compared to what they do now. Are you kidding? I didn't do anything. We just jiggled.
So that's what a jiggle jingle is. And as I was saying earlier on, Kirsty was kind enough to pick out a jingle for this. But unfortunately, as I say, it had music and singing on it, which would probably mean that the video would get a copyright strike or it would be blocked. So you have to be so careful now what you do with the music on these sort of platforms, which I suppose is understandable, but you think there would be a little bit of leeway. Okay, right. Karen Armstrong, congratulations. Backwards Elvis. Here we go. Who's going to get this one? Yes, that's right. Wally Marcel won. That's from Madison Square Garden, the press conference. Now, here we go. Number 2, backwards. Backwards Elvis. That sounded like a Tommy gun at the end of it, or at the start of it, actually. Have I caught people out? Caroline Loves Elvis says, leave it to the experts. Aha, see? Karen Armstrong says no clue. She got the first one, but she couldn't get the second one. Monique says hound dog. Mark Green says need your love tonight. I need Adam and Evil. I think I've done it. I think I've done it. No idea. No. Okay, just when I think I've done it, somebody gets it. Yeah, the drums did actually sound like hound dog. Is right. Yeah. Priscilla says not a Scooby, not a Scooby-Doo, not a clue. Okay, well, yeah, somebody has got it right. It is I Don't Want to Be Tied. And I think, would I be right in saying that only one person got it right? The mods will help me out here, but Brian Roberts got it right. I think Brian was the only one. I'll just I'll wait till Lou Dane confirms that as well, and Brian could get a jiggle jingle. Yeah, Dylan says, nice one, Brian. Well, you see, I think that was quite a hard one because normally I get a whole load of people giving me the right answer. So jiggle jingle to Brian.
Man, I was tame compared to what they do now. Are you kidding? I didn't do anything. We just jiggled.
I didn't do anything but just jiggle. You know, he's right in a way. He was tame. It was just in that day and age, that sort of 1956, 57 era. He was a firecracker. But come 1972, yeah, he was. He wouldn't have been what as what's the word, controversial. Okay, second backward Elvis. Did I play the backward Elvis jingle? Have I still got it? Backwards Elvis, Elvis backwards. Here we go. Very dramatic. I'm surprised a lot of people, a lot of people are getting that. Yeah. When I was doing it the other day, I thought loads of people are going to get hurt. I don't mean that, but I mean they're going to get the title, hurt. Look at all those names there. Yeah. Ludane. Yeah. Gabby. Hi, Gabby. Jack. Yeah. I think you're quite right there, Dave. I think, I think it was Dylan. Dylan, you got the prize this week, and you also got that one correct. So it's the jiggle jingle.
Man, I was tame compared to what they do now. Are you kidding? I didn't do anything. We just jiggled.
Now, and this is a little worrying because I know that Dylan is very, very good on jumpsuits. And the next question is a jumpsuit question. You've got to identify this picture, and this is it. Which jumpsuit is this? The name given to it as listed on the Elvis Jumpsuits Index website. Debbie H says, now I'm hurt because it didn't get it. Okay. Right out to the traps again, straight away. Dylan Bowen by the looks of it, because Dave has said Dylan. And it is the Egyptian jumpsuit, as shown here. There you are. In fact, I picked a little bit on the leg there. He's looking right at the camera there, isn't he? He's kind of saying, hi, baby. If that's a young lady that is taking that photograph, he's kind of saying, hi, baby. After the show. That's what he used to say, wasn't he? After the show. So, yes, Dylan, 2 in a row. And jumpsuits are definitely your forte, young man.
Man, I was tame compared to what they do now. Are you kidding? I didn't do anything. We just jiggled. No.
Right. This is a location. You've got to tell me where this location is. And don't forget, I saw somebody there earlier on saying 100 people watching or something, but only 41 thumbs up. Again, I failed last week. The week before, I got over 300 likes, which was great for the live stream. And as I say every week, the way YouTube look at it is the more thumbs up, the more they sort of put the video out there. And of course, the more people see it. And of course, the more people see it, it's good for Elvis. So Dave is telling me 58 thumbs up. Yeah, well, we're trying for 300. So if you're watching this on playback as well, just click the all thumbs up, and it really does help Elvis. Right, so where is this? Where is this? He says, and then he's lost the picture. I think it's quite an easy one. It's more a speed thing that this is going to be. Yeah, I'm seeing Tupelo, and Tupelo is exactly what I was looking for. And just to prove it, I know everybody knows that there it is. I've zoomed in on the right-hand side of the picture. Yeah, it's Tupelo. So whoever was first to say Tupelo is the person that gets the jiggle jingle. Well done, everybody. So many Tupelos coming up there. Does Shotgun House count? Yeah, Shotgun House does count as well, but I think the first person that got it was Helen, and she said Tupelo. So I'm going to give Helen the...
Man, I was tame compared to what they do now. Are you kidding? I didn't do anything. We just jiggled. No.
Oh, my pen's just run out. What a time for a pen to run out. I'll swap pens. Okay. By the way, look where I am. Yeah, outside, out the front of the guest house. I have done shows from inside. I think it's the King Suite I've done it from. But I got thrown out, so I'm sort of doing it on the driveway. I hope they don't mind. Yes, Hotel Graceland, the guest house is right. So Tupelo, Helen Ludlow. Well done, Helen. And finally, number 6. Oh, yes. This is one that some people like, and other people, they just cannot think. Their mind just goes blank. It's the first letter of each word of a song title. So, and it's 4 words, and the song title is SOOL. If you can tell me what that song title is, SOOL. Now, Yeah, I'm too rowdy for the guest house, Jack. It's correct, I am. Yeah, correct, Dave. SOOL. Thanks for just confirming that. Debbie H says So Out of Love. I don't actually know an Elvis song that's so out of love, I must admit. Dylan says, I honestly don't know. Yes, I like it. I like it. I always like it when I stump Dylan. Stop, look, and listen. No, that wouldn't make sense. No. Somebody has got it because it is... Well, I won't actually say it yet. See if anybody else... Although, yes, yeah, Bossa Nova Baby has just said Duncan has it is correct. Mark Hutchins says, hard one. They're coming in now, stepping out of line. But it was Duncan. I'm pretty sure it was Duncan. Well done, Duncan. Great. Stepping out of line. He's right. Thanks, Dave. And hopefully Lou will just confirm that as well. But a lot of people are saying, way to go, Duncan. Well done, Duncan. So, yeah. Thanks, Lou. Wonderful. Great moderating again. Thanks very much to Dave and Lou. Now, I will let you know in the next week or two, I think, what I'm going to pick for the prize. And maybe, I don't know how many of you out there still have turntables and still listen to vinyl. But if there's a lot, then I might give away another vinyl. Now, whether it'll be the Elvis 72 or another set of vinyls, because there are quite a lot of Elvis vinyls available again now. So, yeah, if there is, I think that's a good way to go. I think even Dylan will back me up on this. There's Bossa Nova Baby says mixed questions are best, Steve. Yeah, well, it seems to give everybody a fairer chance, doesn't it? Because, as I say, we know that Dylan is just ace on the jumpsuits, and then there's other people that are. I mean, what did we do the week when Jack just blew everybody out of the water? Was it Backwards Elvis or something like that? So some people are good on Backwards Elvis. So I might mix them through like I do again. But then again, I love it when we just do all Backwards Elvis some weeks or all mystery voices and things like that. So Wally Marcel says, I need a faster iPad. What was I saying? Yes. So if there are a lot of you that have turntables and like vinyl, I can always give another vinyl at the end of May, beginning of June as the prize. But I am aware, of course, there's no point in me giving somebody vinyl that never uses a turntable. Now, yeah, I heard during the week that it was a tribute to Elvis. Well, I don't know whether it was a tribute to Elvis or whether it was inspired by Elvis. And it gave me the idea to dig out a few records or songs that were inspired by Elvis, but that we might not be that familiar with. Now, I've resisted the temptation to list the obvious ones like Paul Simon's Graceland, Black Velvet by Alana Miles, Walking in Memphis by Mark Cohen, because, you know, they're the big obvious ones. They're the ones that most people know. Mark Cohen, Walking in Memphis, I would imagine just about all of us know that. Same with Paul Simon's Graceland. So I wanted to winkle out a few ones that you might not have heard about, and you can listen to them and think, wow, you know, that's something I've learned. I didn't know that song was about Elvis, or I didn't know that there was a song called that about Elvis. Because at the end of the day, I like to be able to just maybe, I don't know, do something that you didn't know and think, well, thanks, Steve, for telling me that. That's great. Because if you're like me, you just love to learn something new about Elvis. Don says Black Velvet is another one. Yep, that's correct. I resisted the temptation. Oh, yeah, sorry, Black Velvet I've actually got down here. I beg your pardon. There's another one as well. Eternal Flame is another one inspired by Elvis. The Eternal Flame in the Meditation Garden. So, yeah. Bruce Springsteen, I'm on Fire. I'm not sure that is inspired by Elvis. Did he not offer it to Elvis, Tracy? I think that could have been it. Anyway, let's get on and do these. And as I say, you might not be familiar with them. You might be. I don't know. But let's have a look. The first one. This one was really, this surprised me. And it takes a lot to surprise me these days. It's one called Goodbye Priscilla, then open brackets, Bye Bye Baby Blue, by and I'm going to get these up as I talk about them. Hang on a second. Here we go. And it's by a fella called Gene Summers. A song written by Dina Summers. She must have been related to him, maybe even his wife, I don't know. David Saxton and Ben Shaw. It was published by Silicon Music BMI in 1977 and first recorded by Gene Summers that same year. Goodbye Priscilla was written as a tribute to Elvis and Priscilla Presley. The Goodbye Priscilla 45 is now a much sought after collectible and has been issued on several Elvis tribute compilation albums and CDs. So that's the first one. There's 5 altogether. So number 2 is one called, and this is quite close to my heart because of where I live. I live in Ireland. Galway to Graceland. Richard Thompson's achingly beautiful song inventing the story of an Irish woman. Maybe Priscilla, maybe this is about you. I know you're watching. Who takes devotion a stage or 3 further. She leaves her husband and slopes off in the middle of the night to fly to Memphis. And Silver Wings carried her over the sea from the west coast of Ireland to West Tennessee to be with her sweetheart. Oh, she left everything from Galway to Graceland to be with the king. That's how the song goes. So that's number 2. Okay, From Galway to Graceland by Richard Thompson. This is quite an obscure one, and it's called Moondog by Prefab Sprout. You may have heard of them, you may not have heard of them. They also did another song called The King of Rock and Roll, and this one goes, the funeral cars crawl down the heartbreak side of town. The mourners all discuss the boy who caused a fuss. The world was younger then, in bed asleep by 10. Yeah, this is ringing bells with me anyway. And then cut to somewhere deep in space, beyond the Colonel's arms, handsome doggone rake. And then there's a sample right at the very, very, very end of this. And the sample is Elvis saying, there's a lot of folks out there, boy. And he did that when he actually used to say that when he used to ask Lamar to put the house lights up, just before he used to sing, ain't it funny how time slips away? And then when he used to see them all, he used to say, there's a lot of folks out there, boy. So listen to the very, very end of Moondog by Prefab Sprout, and you'll hear that. Okay, now this one is a bit contentious, and there is disagreement about whether this is about Elvis or inspired from Elvis. And it's Bob Dylan Went to See the Gypsy. I think it is inspired by Elvis because I'm going to read out the lyrics now, and you tell me what you think. Went to see the gypsy, staying in a big hotel. He smiled when he saw me coming, and he said, well, well, well. His room was dark and crowded. Lights were low and dim. How are you, he said to me. I said it back to him. He did it in Las Vegas, and he can do it here. Now, there's people could say there's ambiguity there, but I think that is about him going to see Elvis in concert in Las Vegas. Bob didn't actually meet Elvis, so the bit where he says, how are you, he said to me, and I said it back to him, is just probably part of the song. So, yeah. He would have loved to have met Elvis, I'm pretty sure. Number 5 on the list, the final one, is King of the Mountain by the British singer-songwriter Kate Bush. And it's taken from her 8th album, Ariel, 2005. The lyrics inquire whether Elvis Presley might still be alive someplace, looking like a happy man. And it's a very interesting video as well. And speaking of videos, all those songs, those previous 4 songs, and this one that I've just mentioned, I will link below in the description box. So if you just click more on that, and then it'll extend, and you'll be able to click on them and listen to those 5 songs that were inspired by Elvis Presley that you might not have been familiar with. As I say, I resisted the temptation to pick ones like Paul Simon's Graceland, Walking in Memphis by Mark Cohen. So let me know what you think. And if there's a particular one that you think a lot of Elvis fans might not know is about him or inspired by him, then if you're watching on catch up, you can leave it in the comments section below, and you can, if you're watching live now, you can leave it in the live comments. And if there's a particular one you want to mention, you can ring me, because what I'm going to do is I am going to open up the phone lines by doing that, and then doing a little bit of magic on my phone here. Just in case there's one particular one you want me to mention. How do I do this now? Let me think. I always forget how to do this. Yeah, there it is. Songs inspired by Elvis Presley. Now, we're going to do Elvis history. We're going to do Photoshop. We're going to do I Wish Elvis Had Recorded. But before I do anything else, I'm going to do the poll. No, I'm not. I'll keep you waiting a little bit longer. Hello. I better open you up, hadn't I? Hello. Hello.
Hello?
Hello there.
Hi, Steve.
Hello. Who's that? Is that Karen Armstrong?
How are you? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Hello?
Yes. Hello. How are you?
Oh, my computer froze.
I can.
I'm not sure if you.
I can hear you.
Oh, you can hear me.
I can hear
Perfect.
you loud and clear. Yes.
Perfect. Hi, Steve. It's Karen Armstrong. How are you?
Hey, Karen. Good to speak to you.
Yes, actually, you got my little clip that I sent you about the King.
Yes.
That was quite a little thing that went around Canada quite frequently over here, and we got a real giggle out of that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why I'm calling, Steve, is I came across a record of 45 about, I don't know, maybe 25, 30 years ago. I can't remember how I got this record. And it is a signed 45 by J.D. Summer.
Oh, right.
And he had written a song that said Goodbye, Old Friend, right after Elvis had died.
Yes.
So I don't know if your listeners are interested in it, but it is a beautiful little record.
Okay.
And I'm not sure if you can find it on YouTube anywhere. You might be able to.
Well, I'll definitely have a look after the show, and I'm sure the listeners will as well. It's called Goodbye Old Friend by J.D. Sumner. Is it J.D. Sumner in the stamps or just J.D. Sumner?
Well, it was J.D. that was doing the actual singing on it with his deep, deep voice.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I do believe the stamps were actually backing him up. I think they were doing the band part of it. I'm not quite sure, but it was a beautiful little record. And like I said, I don't know how I fell upon it, but it actually ended up being a signed copy.
Great. And you've still got that, yeah?
Oh, yes, I still have it. I just don't, like I said, I can't remember how I came across it.
Yeah. Right. Very interesting. Very, very interesting.
Well, anyways, thank you so much for everything you do for us. I mean, it's a wonderful afternoon on Sundays for us. And, of course, to get together with all our little Elvis buddies because, we're almost like a dying breed. And now that Baz has actually rekindled it, let's hope that the younger generation carries on the way we do.
Yeah, I've always said if I can just get one new fan by doing this show every Sunday, then I consider my mission accomplished, because that's what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to turn people on to Elvis.
Well, you know what, Steve? I'm pretty much sure that you've done that, especially when the young guys like Dylan and all of the younger
Yes.
generation that are
Yeah.
coming and just blowing us away on these trivia questions. I was like, whoa, you guys know more than we do.
I'm still amazed at how quickly people get the backward Elvis. I really am.
You and me both, actually.
And I know what it is. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Well, it was nice to chat with you guys, and keep up the good work, Elvis buddies, and hopefully we'll maybe one day meet in Graceland sometime.
Yeah. Well, Karen, thanks so much for calling in. It's much appreciated.
Thank you. You have a great day.
Okay, thank you. Bye. Bye.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Yes, lovely Karen. So yeah, she has a Goodbye Old Friend by J.D. Summer and the Stamps, and it's signed as well. So that's one, and I think that's one I actually came across when I was doing the research for this topic. Hello.
Hey, Steve.
Hello, who's that?
That is me, Dylan. Hello.
Do we know anybody called Dylan, people? I'm not sure now. Is this a new person to the show?
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm good, yeah. How are you?
Yeah, did you enjoy that mix-up of quiz I did, yeah?
I did, but I gotta thank you because
Right.
you made these jumpsuit questions easy. And here's why. You show the detail of the suit,
Yes?
which is a godsend for me. Because no, and here's why, because if you shown like just the white or the red or the black, I wouldn't have a chance. I would not have it.
You think I should be maybe cropping them a lot tighter? Maybe just looking at maybe just a little bit of the decoration or something?
No.
No,
Make
exactly.
it easy for me. No. Well, it's not a tribute song per se,
Oh, yeah.
but Bill Bays, you know Bill Bays?
I do know Bill
Stamps.
Bays, yeah.
Yeah, he sang a song called When It's My Time,
Right.
and it's a beautiful song. And he sang it at his funeral, actually.
Mm-hmm.
But he also sang it live. And there's a good stellar version from College Park, I believe,
Oh, right.
in 1974.
Okay.
And Elvis likes it so much that at the end, Elvis goes, do that last bit again.
Mm-hmm.
So it does. And on the recording, you can hear Elvis clapping.
Wow. Okay.
So, yeah, so it's not a tribute song per se, but
It's one that
It's a
Elvis
song that-
really, really, really liked and he appreciated. Give me the title again, please, Dylan.
When It's My Time.
When It's My Time.
Yeah.
Okay. All
Bill
right.
Bays.
I'm pretty sure we'll probably can find that on YouTube. Well, hopefully we can. I would love to hear that. And I'll pick out as well. You say it's on the College Park recording, do you?
Yeah, wait, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I think so.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Right. Another question. How are you getting on
Yeah.
with the double album you won?
Alright, so I've got a bit of a confession to make.
Go on.
I've not listened to it just yet.
Okay, well,
And
that's
here's
fair
why.
enough. I mean, yeah, you're a busy fella. You can't do everything at once.
Well, because here's why, because when I put my record on normally, like, I just have it on as, like, background music.
Mm-hmm.
But this, I feel like, shouldn't be treated background noise.
No,
So
you've got to actually sit down and devote yourself and soak it all up.
Yeah, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually, next Saturday, I'm gonna give it, like, a proper listen.
Okay.
And then like I'll tell you what it's about. By the way, did you get my photo of me like holding it and like grinning like an idiot, going?
I did. It was a lovely photograph. Yes. Yeah. I should. I should have copied that and showed it on the show tonight. I might show it next week.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So yeah.
right.
So when you've listened to it, you can call in and let us know all about it and tell us if we should buy it.
Yeah, I will do.
Which we should anyway, because let's face
Yeah.
it, we love to buy Elvis stuff.
Well, yeah.
Okay. Thanks, Dylan.
All right.
All the best.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Bye.
You too.
Bye.
All right.
Yeah. So When It's My Time by Bill Bays. That's a good one. As Dylan said, it's not a tribute per se or inspired by Elvis, but Elvis liked it so much that he asked Bill to sing it numerous times. Hello.
Hello, Steve. It's Mark. How you
Hey,
doing?
Mark, how are you doing? You're a busy fella. I was looking at you on Facebook.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have been over the last few weeks. Yeah.
Good. It's all good. It's all good.
It's all good. It's all good. Crazy times, but good. All
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what do you
Yeah.
think?
Yeah. There's a few little songs that you probably know. Obviously, in the ones that you've listed that were popular, but "Crazy Little Thing Called Love" was a tribute to Elvis. Remember?
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Done by
Yeah.
Freddie Mercury.
Yeah.
He wrote it in the bath or something, did he?
Yeah. And I often wonder, you got the Kirsty McCall as well, haven't you? There's a guy down the chip shop swears he's Elvis. I'm sure that's a bit of a...
Yeah, that's a fun one, isn't it?
The fun one, isn't it? That one, yeah.
Yeah.
There is a few from the 50s as well. I can't think of the titles, but I've got a rock and roll CD set of really obscure rock and roll ones, and there's a few. There's a few there that's got Elvis's name in the title, but I can't think of the whole name of it now. But I think there's a few made in the 50s of Elvis as well, probably like 56, 57.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when I was doing the research, it is quite a long list actually, and I could probably do a part 2 of this as well. I just picked five for this week, but and I wanted to pick obscure ones as well. And I mean, I'm not sure. Let me throw this one out. You know, the number one I picked. What was it? Was it By Priscilla, By Baby Blue or something? Have you heard that one?
I haven't. No, I haven't heard that one.
By Gene Summers. So I'm going to put the links to all 5 of them anyway. So and right at the very, very end, he says "Goodbye, Priscilla" like that as well. So it's quite a fun one. And that Moondog one by Prefab Sprout is a very, very obscure one. I hadn't even heard of that one till I was doing the research.
Yeah, well, I've heard the other one.
The King of Rock and Roll.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, but I haven't really heard the other one yet. But But I'm sure there's more that we don't know. You know, there's always been a lot of songs and little tributes to Elvis that were made, even on TV, where people did some songs that you probably wouldn't even know.
Yeah.
You know,
It just goes to show his influence, how far his influence stretches. When so many songs are influenced by him or mention him.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. What Dylan said about that song as well. I've got that song. By one of the stamps.
Yeah.
Bill
Bays.
Bill Bays. Yeah, I've got. I think he did it on a few occasions. I've got it on a couple of bootlegs. Yeah, it's a really good song. You can hear Elvis.
I'm looking forward to listening. I'm listening to that. I really am.
Yeah, and I've actually got that one. The lady said as well. I've got it on a cassette tape because I actually met JD's son in '98. About a year before he died. I saw the JD and the Stamps at the Memphian. They do a little concert in Memphis.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I got a signed book from of all the Stamps and JD himself. He wasn't too well back then, and he was due to do the first tour in England, and he died, didn't he, before he comes to London.
That's right. So that's Goodbye Old Friend, isn't it?
Yeah. And I've got that on tape. And his voice. I've actually got that now. I think I've got that now on a bootleg CD as well somewhere, and it's really good recording. His voice is absolutely amazing.
I know. The lowest bass singer in the world at one point, wasn't he? And I think it was Steve Barilli, who I interviewed a few weeks ago, was saying when JD hit that low note, you could feel the whole auditorium vibrating, and that your seat vibrating underneath you because it was so low.
Yeah. I just know a little bit. Obviously, you didn't know. There's been over the last week or so YouTube. There's a guy who owns a hell of a lot of 8mm Elvis footage. Have you seen some of the stuff he's put up?
No, I haven't. Wait a second. Somebody sent me a link to it's a brand new Elvis channel, and they're very, very high quality 8mm. What's the name of the YouTube channel?
I'm not sure the channel, but he put one on the. He sent a link to Elvis the Man channel. Yeah, and he showed a link which was trying to get to you. And this guy is a foreign guy. I've seen him. I can't.
Yeah, I think his surname is Schmidt.
That's it. Yeah, and now he's the guy who owns the best Elvis footage I think you'll ever see. I know somebody else who went over to see him and saw his whole collection and was blown away. Yeah. But obviously, I don't know whether he's holding on to it or he wants to sell it. But obviously, he says the more he shows on YouTube, the less the value it's worth, you see.
Yeah, Kirsty has actually just reminded me. It was her that sent me the link, and his name is Peter Schmidt. He's German.
That's it. Yeah, German, that's it. Yeah. And he just recently put a link up for Hound Dog, 2 clips from 74, and he showed a clip from 73.
Yeah.
But they are, some of the close-up shots are amazing. And he just says on his website thing that he was saying that people asking questions all the time, is there any full concert footage of the whole show? He's kind of saying, yes, I've got probably about 50 minutes of a lot of Elvis concerts all the way through. Is there complete songs? He goes, I've got complete songs as well. So, you know, it's amazing how little things start to come out, but it's amazing how these things come out now after the Elvis film, isn't it? And the on tour thing and everything.
That's right. Now, I'm not too sure what EPE are going to think of that when they get wind of it. I hope he's careful. I hope he's careful with, you know, how he releases stuff. But that's it. Peter Schmidt. Yes, and thanks again to Kirsty for sending me the link.
Yeah, it's interesting stuff. You know, it's stuff that you know the general public would have never seen, and even the diehard Elvis fans who like me have hours and hours and hours of this stuff. But there's always stuff that you haven't seen. But it's a quality, isn't it?
It's the quality as well, is right, because some of the 8mm we've seen in the past is a bit ropey, but this is top class. Top
class stuff. This is You know, I was thinking as well, if you got hold of this stuff, an EP really, if they got hold of this stuff or bought it, they could completely make a brand new show out of all new clips, couldn't they?
Yeah.
You know, and new songs and all sorts. Yeah. You know, it's a wasted opportunity when you might not ever see any of this stuff ever again.
Yeah.
You know, it's a shame, but, you know, it's
hats off to Peter for not keeping it to himself. That's what I say.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of collectors around who are, for some reason, keeping it to themselves and not showing any of it. Which is,
of course. Yeah,
I mean, what's the point? Because, you know, we're all going to be gone sooner or later. Let's just all see
that's it. It's the time now, I think, to start showing this stuff or selling it on or getting things done, because in 40 years, you might say, the likes of us lot will be gone.
Yeah.
Will the younger generation be really interesting in all this stuff?
Exactly.
That's it. That's it.
I mean, a few more years, as you say, and the time will be gone. The time will be gone to do it. Now's the time.
And I think like it wouldn't be worth so much then, because you won't get the people that are interested in buying it, you know, buying it really at the right price. Really, that's the main thing.
I agree.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting. Thank you. Cheers.
Okay. See you, mate. Bye.
Yes, it's an interesting time at the moment because, as I say, Peter Schmidt is, I think he is sort of showing it through Elvis is the Man's YouTube channel. But look out for that, because there is also his channel as well is showing it as well. So Peter Schmidt, very high quality, good high resolution 8mm with sound. Now, I'm not sure whether some of the sound is the genuine sound, or whether the people have synced it up with the soundboard. It doesn't really matter anyway, because if it's well synced, then my phone won't allow me to address people individually, but love you all. Hey, Brent. Yeah, Brent is in the building. Brent, I sent you another email this afternoon. Check that out, please. Right, so, we are going to do Elvis history. Did I do... Oh, hey, I forgot to do the poll, didn't I? I got sidetracked. And I told you that it was a... What's the word? Not a challenge. It's a battle, a game between two LPs. Last week it was Elvis Presley Boulevard and Moody Blue. This time, today, which is your favorite? I know people are going to say, Steve, you're making it too difficult. His Hand in Mine, or How Great Thou Art. And there it is. Now, if you're watching this on playback, unfortunately, you won't be able to vote and you won't be able to see the result, but I will tell you the result at the end. So stick around and I'll tell you the result of that. Which one is your favorite? His Hand in Mine or How Great Thou Art? And I will tell you my favorite at the end of the show. Also, I will ask you nicely to thumbs up, because we are trying to get a target of 300 likes or more for each live stream that I do. And the reason being is it is very, very, very... Oh, thank you, Norset. He says your polls are always challenging. Well, I like to try and sort of test people's, thinking power of and things like that, I don't like to make them too easy. I like to have to put a little bit of thought into saying, making your choice. Yeah, so the reason why I'm asking for those 300 likes is simply because the more likes that a video gets, the more likely YouTube are to push it out into YouTube land and for more fans to see it. And of course, the more people that see these videos, the better, because as Mark was saying, I mean, as we all get older, we're all going to sort of pop off and we need the new fans coming through. So let's do this. Hello, Ed Kaiser. Glad to see your name here. And Jill Brett says, Flipping Eck Steve. Helen Ludlow, what about He Touched Me? He Touched Me, believe it or not, is for another poll, another week. Hello? Oh, hang on, I better push answer, hadn't I? Hello? Right, okay, that's Daniel, but he isn't coming through. Hello, Daniel? Okay, let's see if I can get him back. I'd like to speak to Daniel.
Hello.
Hey, Daniel, it's Steve. How are you?
Oh, hi, Steve. How you doing?
You were trying to get me there, but it wasn't connecting.
Yeah. No, that's fine. Yeah. I just you guys were talking about songs that Elvis or Elvis would have done. Did you talk? I didn't catch the beginning of your show, but did you talk about Dolly Parton? I Will Always Love You.
Oh, this was last week. Yeah, we were doing. And I did mention it, and I was saying how, they said that, Colonel and Elvis forced the writers into letting them, use the song by using some of the publishing. And I said, well, they had a choice whether they wanted to give the publishing or not. And Dolly Parton was, a good example of not letting them, use the recording because she didn't want to give the publishing up.
No, she didn't want to do that at all. It's funny because Red Robinson, everybody knows Red Robinson's my uncle, my late uncle. Yeah. He interviewed Dolly Parton when she was big with Kenny Rogers and touring around the world and stuff like that. They talked about it. And she actually, she said that dealing with Colonel was, trying to pull his teeth out. Right. So it wasn't really, really going to happen, they thought. But if it did, she thinks that Elvis would have just sung the heck out of it. So it would have been a huge hit. She thinks that's what she told him anyway. So
it was a huge missed opportunity.
Very big missed opportunity, for something like that. But I think that's one song that he would have actually nailed completely. So yeah.
This week's topic actually is songs inspired by Elvis that you might not be familiar with actually. I listed out 5 of those.
Mm-hmm. There was one here. She's a Canadian singer. Alana Miles sang Black Velvet. Yeah. And it was back in 1989, 88. And it became a huge hit. She won a Grammy for it and everything. Yeah. But it was about Elvis Presley.
That's right. There's another one as well, isn't there? Eternal Flame by the...
Eternal Flame, yeah.
I can't remember the name of the group. What's the name of the group? Help me out. I can't remember.
I can't remember.
Not Atomic Kitten. I can't remember their name.
Yeah.
Something like that.
But anyways, I just wanted to phone in and say hi and...
Thanks, Daniel. Thanks for calling.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, cheers.
Okay,
all the best.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Was it the Bangles? I think it was, wasn't it? The Bangles did Eternal Flame. Pretty sure it was. Yeah, in fact, Jack has just confirmed it for me. The name came to me just before I saw Jack and Duncan, the Bangles, yeah. Right. So don't forget, there's still time to vote on which one is your favorite, His Hand in Mine or How Great Thou Art. I should have put I Can't Decide as an option as well, shouldn't I? Yeah, everybody's telling me the Bangles now. Yeah, but it came to me just before you told me, everybody. That's old age, terrible thing. Old age catching up on you. Right, here we go. This day in Elvis history. And as I said at the start of the show, it is quite an eventful day in Elvis history. And on May the 14th, 1956, Elvis performed at the Shrine Auditorium, New Bern, North Carolina at 7 and 9 p.m. And there we have him on the stage. No, I've got that completely wrong. Can we just erase the last 15 seconds? Ay. 1955, Elvis performed at the Shrine Auditorium, New Bern, North Carolina at 7 and 8 and 9 p.m. 1956, Elvis performed at Mary E. Sawyer Auditorium, La Crosse, Wisconsin at 7 and 9:30 p.m. The program was promoted as a 5-star variety show featuring Elvis, the Jordanaires, Irish tenor Frank Connors, the Flame Brothers, Rick Flaim, and his orchestra. Okay, now that's 1956. Okay, I've got it right this time. Wow. And there's another shot apparently from 1956. What a superb shot that is. Now, I'm back on track now. This is a big day, wasn't it? In 1957, and so many people, so many fans will be familiar with this story. Jailhouse Rock. While working on the dance sequence in Jailhouse Rock, Elvis swallowed, well, he didn't actually swallow, he inhaled, he aspirated a cap from one of his teeth. Taken to a Los Angeles hospital to have it removed from his lung, and was released the next day. And here's the famous photograph of him showing one of the nurses. And I'm just thinking there, when it was heard that Elvis was being taken to a Los Angeles hospital, I wonder how many nurses volunteered to take care of Elvis. I know there's a picture of him leaving the next day, and he's surrounded by about 7 or 8 nurses. And I'm thinking, yeah, if it was me, I'd just be kicked out the next day and that would be it. But Elvis, 7 or 8 nurses. Lucky lad, lucky lad. So that's on this day in 1957. They didn't believe him at first that he'd swallowed the cap, until it was like making a whistling noise in his chest, and they realized, yep, he must have aspirated it. And also we heard that Colonel Parker, when they had to part Elvis's vocal cords, I think he nearly had a heart attack hearing that. That's in 1960. Elvis was working on GI Blues, and 1961 he was working on Blue Hawaii. 1962, Girls, Girls, Girls. And as you just saw there a second ago, 1964, Elvis finished his work on Roustabout with some more publicity stills. Also at Radio Recorders in West Hollywood, Elvis completed the song Roustabout by overdubbing his vocal onto an instrumental track that had been recorded on April the 29th. So that's this day in 1964. 1965... Frankie and Johnny, Elvis returned to Radio Recorders for overdubs from 5 to 7:30 p.m. Yes, here I do. I have a list of what he worked on, actually. He worked on Frankie and Johnny, movie version part 1, Frankie and Johnny movie version section 3, vocal overdub. It was quite a big production number, so they had to sort of do a lot of different recordings for it. And then a section 6 with vocal overdubs. He also did What Every Woman Lives For, a vocal overdub. Petunia the Gardener's Daughter. He did 2 or 3 versions of that. He also did a vocal insert. Lookout Broadway, Everybody Come Aboard, Chessay, and Frankie and Johnny record version. A lot of work that day. May the 14th, and he went into the 15th as well, which was Friday and Saturday, May 14th, 15th, 1965. And consequently, the same day, the following year, 1966, Elvis's 25th LP was the soundtrack album Frankie and Johnny, and it hit number 11 in the UK, and it peaked at number 20 in the US, and it was certified gold and platinum on January 6th, 2004. 1968, Elvis had a meeting with Bob Finkel about his upcoming Christmas special, and Elvis declared that he wanted the special to be something completely different from everything else he had done. He wanted everyone to know what he could really do, and by Jove, he did. 1973, Elvis did Dinner and Midnight Tahoe shows. 1974, Elvis flew from Los Angeles to Lake Tahoe to begin rehearsals with Joe Gershio, the rhythm section for his upcoming shows. That was on this day in 1974, May the 14th. Right. Let's have a look. I've lost something here, I think. Now, here it is. I thought I'd lost a page. Votes are still coming in for which one is your favourite, His Hand in Mine or How Great Thou Art. I'd be very, very interested to see how the voting is going. No, I won't, because I'll tell you the reason why is because I'll just distracted. But I will be interested to see what wins. There's still not enough thumbs up for my liking. I'd still like to see a few more thumbs up because we need to get that target of 300 likes. And if you're watching this on playback, give it a thumbs up. A song I wish Elvis had recorded, and it is here. Oh yes, I'd also like to remind you to subscribe, bottom right hand corner, and click the bell and select all as well. Right, here we go. By the way, has anybody seen anything on the live chat called Nightbot? Because I set up something called Nightbot to actually show certain pieces of information throughout the live show that I can't sort of type while I'm doing the live show. Things like subscribe or please join and things like that, and click the like button and all that. But I haven't seen anything like that, and I wonder whether I've set it up right. So if you can let me know in the live chat now, before I go on to I wish Elvis had recorded. Has anybody actually seen, Dave, have you seen the Nightbot thing? Yeah, Don Dowan says thumbs up, everybody. Okay. The music industry back then. I see it at the beginning of the show. Oh, Norset, you saw something at the beginning of the show, did you? Nightbot. And has anybody seen other Nightbots throughout the show saying things like please like and subscribe? A like for a thumbs up is a thumbs up for Elvis. Are we getting a cold shower pic tonight? Jill, you are getting what we call a smoking hot photo. We've changed it from Duncan Campbell says no. Daniel says no. That's strange. I wonder why it isn't working. Dave says yes. Okay. Yeah, it should say Nightbot, and it's got like a little blue wrench next to it, and it's just giving out little pieces of information throughout the show. Jack says I haven't seen it. Okay. I might watch on playback and see if it showed up. Yeah, okay. It was just to help me out more than anything else. The bit usually is the first comments. Elvis Nation says, please remember that if you don't hit the like button, the YouTube algorithm reads it as you hated the video. Oh dear. Jill Brett says, what's a Nightbot? Well, it says Nightbot in blue, and then it's got like a little blue wrench, and then it might say things that I'd want to bring to your attention throughout the live stream, like please like and subscribe, things like that. Tell me where you're from and all that sort of thing. So yeah, I don't know why that isn't working. Although Dave says he definitely did see Nightbot, so whether it is. Deb H says, I don't know what a Nightbot is. Yeah. Well, modern technology, huh? I thought I'd set it up right. Maybe I didn't. Right. Anyway, Jack, you picked this, right? And on the back of the recent death of Gordon Lightfoot, he has suggested one of his songs from the album. And actually, I should have a photograph here. Yeah, there it is. He has suggested one of the songs from the album Salute, which was Gordon's 15th studio album released in 1983. It barely registered on the charts, number 175, and is one of the least known recordings. Consequently, songs from the album were rarely featured in Lightfoot's live performances. The album completed Lightfoot's shift from acoustic folk country and compositions to a more sleek adult contemporary sound, a shift he had begun on Shadows. However, he had never completely abandoned his folk roots, as Whispers of the North and Knotty Pine show. But the song that Jack has chosen from the Salute album is called Tattoo. And Jack says, a Gordon Lightfoot tune that would have been perfect for Elvis. Have a listen. Let me know what you think in the comments below, because I will link it in the comment section. The description box or whatever you see underneath this video. And caption this photo is next. No, it isn't. We'll do Photoshop next, actually. Photoshop. Yes. Okay, here we go. Bossa Nova Baby says, got to go, I'm hungry. Okay, enjoy it. Enjoy whatever you fix to eat, Bossa Nova Baby, enjoy it. Here we go, Photoshop. Lovely. There's Elvis in a lovely striped shirt with Priscilla. Actually, it's not. But there is a connection, actually, between Elvis. And it is, the original photo is Robert Wagner and Natalie Wood. There you go. That's what that photograph is taken from. So if you ever see the photograph on the right, it's a fake. It's a fake. It's a Photoshop. And if you want to send me in Photoshops, if you can also include the original and then the Photoshop, it will help. And I can feature it in a future show. Here we go. This is one of my favorite parts of the show. Caption this photograph. And it's Elvis sort of, I don't know what he's doing with a young lady. She's smoking a cigarette anyway. But anyway, some of the captions were, what do you mean I have to sing in the movie? Another one is, I am supposed to sing Can't Help Falling in Love, not smoke gets in your eyes. So you think Robert Goulet is a better singer? But with well over 20 thumbs up, Kirsty Marie gave us this one. Just call me Elvis the Pelvis one more time and see what happens, honey. That was the one that got the most thumbs up. Right, now, we've done Photoshop and we've done captions. We're going to do smoking hot photo. Yes, here we are. This is, what more can I say, from the 1969... Actually, August the 1st, 1969, the early hours of August the 1st, after he'd just done opening night, 31st of July, 1969, on his return to live performances. And there was, as we know, there was a press conference, which, as far as we know, wasn't audio recorded. I mean, it was well documented with still photographs. Why it wasn't filmed and why it wasn't recorded, I have no idea. I've searched the photographs, especially the photograph taken from behind Elvis, showing all the reporters. And Ann Moses as well, who I spoke to on this channel, was there. And there doesn't seem to be any recording. There doesn't seem to be anything in front of Elvis. There doesn't seem to be any microphones in any of the hands of the reporters. Just still cameras, not even movie cameras either. So what a great loss that was, not to record it that night, and never mind not recording the concert. Don't get me started on that. So Rebel Vegan says perfect man. Carolina Loves Elvis says mesmerizing. Hazel, hi Hazel, says lovely. Nancy says, oh my goodness, he sure was smoking. Yes, he certainly was. Now, we're going to do the give the poll result because I'm really, really interested. I'm always interested to see what you think on these polls. Oh, wow. This is quite a big margin. Normally, we have quite close margins. Last week, it was nearly 50-50. Wow. Okay, so which is your favourite? How Great Thou Art, His Hand in Mine. And it is 76% How Great Thou Art and 23% His Hand in Mine. And I would have, Mike M says he looks incredible in that 16:9 presser. He certainly does. I would have gone with the minority. I would have gone with His Hand in Mine, simply because of Milky White Way. Tracy says a Greek god. Kirsty says, how great thou art for me. Okay. Elvis smoking without a ciggy. Yes, that's true. Yeah. What else have we got coming in? Oh, Hazelnight says, which jumpsuit is your favorite? Right. Yeah. For anybody, any regular viewer would know, actually. And I'm going to tell you now, Hazel, it is the Peacock. That was my favorite jumpsuit of all. I loved some of the unfussy 1969 and 1970 jumpsuits as well. But for me, the Peacock just blows it all out of the water. Yeah. And Norset 45 says Peacock. Yeah. This pic is above my bed, says Jill Brent. Imagine staring at those eyes as you fall off with sleep. Mrs. EAP says Red Ladder. Yeah, another good one. Another good one. And of course, Red Ladder was the one he was wearing when he sang that great version in August 1970 of Make the World Go Away. I'm still not seeing those Nightbots, so it's very strange. I must try and work out why that's not happening, because what I was trying to do was I was trying to sort of cover myself by, because I can't really type while I'm doing this show, and there's certain things I want to sort of ask you to do for me while I'm broadcasting live, and one of them of course is subscribe and like and share and all that. Priscilla says, I do stare at his eyes. Yeah, fantastic set of eyes. Dave says Tiger Man was a good song. Yeah, there's a lot of good songs. The dragon and tiger suits are nice too, Don says. Yeah, good suits, good suits. I found some of them just a little bit over the top though. And as you probably know, the gypsy one and the totem pole, those sort of ones, I thought were just too much. But then again, each to their own. I mean, Elvis never really looked bad in anything anyway. I don't think, I mean, maybe you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think I've ever seen Elvis dressed in something and it made him look bad. Carolina says, I love the Spanish flower. Leather and Jade Art says, I love the black suits too. Yes. And I love the two-piece ones as well. You know, the two-piece ones that he started wearing in sort of 72 onwards for a few years. I thought he looked absolutely brilliant in that. And some of the suits, the suit pants and the shirts looked really, really good in 72 as well. Chain suit, says Jill Brett. Oh, Deb says, I misunderstood. I thought Nightbot was something bad. No, Nightbot is something good, but it's not good when it doesn't work. I must see if I can get it. I must see if I can get it working. That's perplexed me now why it isn't working. He looked amazing in the Concho jumpsuit. Yes, the Concho jumpsuit. There's a lot of footage of that in 1970. In That's the Way It Is. And that's it for another week. I hope you enjoyed tonight's show. It was really, really good fun. I liked the mix-up of the quiz. I might keep that going for a few weeks, maybe mix in a few different questions instead of just one theme. Thanks to Lou Dane and Dave for moderating. Thanks to all the callers as well. It's great when people call in and give me all that information and all those other things. I'm sure you like hearing them in as well. Oh, happy Mother's Day again to all the mothers out there. And we'll do it all again next week. Take care of yourself. And, of course, Maxine, get well soon.
Elvis has left the building. Thank you and good night.